The starting point from which you must take off if you wish to write your own ticket from here on out for the remainder of your life, I will describe for you in these simple instructions. 1, write down a clear description of your major desire in life, the one circumstance or position or thing which you will be willing to accept as your idea of success. And remember before you begin writing that your only limitations are those which you set up in your own mind or permit others to set up for you. And 2, write down a clear statement of precisely what you intend to give in return for that which you desire from life. And then start in right where you stand now to begin giving. And 3, memorize both of your statements, what you desire and what you intend to give in return for it. And repeat them at least a dozen times daily. And always end your statements with this expression of gratitude for the blessings with which you were gifted at birth. I ask not for divine providence or more riches, but more wisdom with which to accept and use wisely the riches I received at birth in the form of the power to control and direct my mind to whatever ends I desire. If you are not too successful or self-satisfied to accept and express this profound prayer, if you accept it and express it in the same spirit of humble sincerity in which I pass it on to you, a new and a better world will reveal itself to you. A world in which you will see reflected the circumstances and the things which you yourself have created. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. Isn't that a profound statement?
Today is Friday, Lord, the 5th day of December. As this week comes to an end, I thank you for every blessing, lesson, and protection you've given. Renew my strength, calm my heart, and guide my steps. Cover my family with peace and safety. Prepare me for a restful weekend and a hopeful new week ahead. May your favor follow me today and always. Amen.
Eddie Penny. He started talking about guardian angels. The majority of the conversation was about spiritual warfare and guardian angels. Evil will show up now that I've chosen a side. The guardian angels will be around me. I got nothing to worry about. Stay on the path. And I had a phone call scheduled with a member on the team at noon the next day. I pick up the phone. We have our conversation. It was literally the exact same conversation as I had with Eddie Penny a little more than 12 hours ago. And it was about spiritual warfare and guardian angels. I was heading back to the studio. I look at the clock, it says 4:44. At the exact same time I look at the clock, I will see my odometer and it says 444 miles left to empty. 444 means that your guardian angels want you to know that they're around you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Jocko here, and I just want to let you know that we're putting together a broadcast channel for the Deaf Reset. So, Jocko Fuel, go to the broadcast channel and sign up for the Deaf Reset broadcast channel. This is where you can get updates about what's happening, reminders, all the intel that you need to execute Deaf Reset. We got it for you there. And if you sign up for it, you can get the weekly challenge drops that we're going to do, the daily workouts. You can also get the daily workouts at thedefreset.com. You can get them on the IG feed. We're going to put them on there, but you can also get them from this broadcast channel. So sign up for that broadcast channel. There'll be live streams. There'll be updates. It's all going to be available there. Jocko Fuel, broadcast channel, The Deaf Reset. We'll see you there. Out.
My name is Donna Prince. My husband and I raised 5 grandchildren, and we have been generationally affected by DHR's overreach. When they come in and accuse you of abuse or neglect, they have no court orders and no signed documents from a judge. They can come in your home and take your children and disperse them, and they don't let you speak in a court of law. They don't let you supply any evidence whatsoever. You are guilty until you're proven innocent. My husband and I have fought this battle for over 20 years, and we finally got them to give us the paperwork that says the abuse allegations were non-indicated, but that came years after they had already destroyed our family. Our grandchildren that were in DHR's facilities, we had 3 granddaughters that were raped while they were in these facilities, 2 grandsons that were beaten and drugged while they were in state custody. And it seems to be okay when you have judges and GALs and caseworkers that will not listen to your side of the story. So that's why I'm saying we have been generationally affected with my grandchildren who are scared to death to speak out. I have a granddaughter right now that lost 2 of her babies that were born while she was in foster care. They came after her 3rd child after she was married. They came after her 3rd child and took that baby when she was 2 days old. We fought and got that baby back right before she turned 2. She's 9 years old right now, and DHR, Shelby County DHR, is after that child. They keep harassing my granddaughter. She has 4 children in her home, and they keep going to the daycare, they keep going to her home, they keep going to the schools. So it's harassment. And that's why I said we have been generationally affected by their overreach. So thank you for your time.
Think about who you were 5 years ago. Remember what you dreamed of, what you hoped for, what seemed so far out of reach. Look at your life now. Those things that felt impossible, many are your everyday reality. The goals that seemed too big, you've achieved them. The person you wanted to become, you're closer than you realize. But instead of seeing how far you've come, you focus on what's still undone. But pause, truly pause. Breathe in your progress. You've climbed through storms you once thought would break you. Quiet victories count too. Growth isn't always loud. Even now you are becoming. Let yourself feel proud, not just of what's ahead, but of how far you've already come. You're living proof. Becoming takes time, but you are well on your way.
The footage captured during the Stanford prison experiment offers a harrowing look at how ordinary people adapted to roles of power and submission within just days. The footage begins with the mock arrest of the volunteers. To create an authentic experience, the researchers arranged for real police officers to arrest the participants who had agreed to play the role of prisoners. Once the experiment officially began, the footage takes a darker turn. Prisoners quickly rebelled against their treatment, leading to escalating power struggles between the guards and the inmates.
They took our clothes. Hands off the door. They took our bed. Hands off the door. Violation of the rules. Stimulation. It's a stimulated experiment. No prison. They'll take us getting your clothes in prison.
The guards, many of whom initially hesitated in their roles, began abusing their authority. They stripped prisoners of their beds and clothes, forced them to do push-ups as punishment, and employed psychological tactics to break the inmates' will. At the end of the segment, participants express shock at their behavior, many struggling to reconcile how they had acted during the experiment.
I was dismayed to find out that I could really be and while I was doing it, I didn't feel any regret. I didn't feel any guilt. It was only afterwards when I began to reflect on what I had done that this began to... Still is a prison to me. I don't look on it as an experiment or a simulation. It's just a prison that was run by psychologists instead of run by the state.
And are given a role, a job, saying your job is to keep these people in line, then you're certainly not the same person as if you're in street clothes and in a different role. You really become that person once you put on that khaki uniform, you put on the glasses, you take the nightstick, and you act the part. That's your costume.
It harms me.
Why?
I mean harms. I mean in the present tense, it harms me.
How did it harm you? How does it harm you? Just to think about it? You mean that people can be like that?
Yeah. It let me in on some knowledge that I've never experienced firsthand.
The FDA sat on some, pre-you, obviously, during the Biden administration, sat on some research that showed that there was a huge risk for teenage boys of taking the vaccine.
Yeah, the heart complication.
mRNA.
Yeah, myocarditis. So we discovered that after we came here. They sat on data on the myocarditis risk. And the tragedy is thousands of American kids got myocarditis.
That's criminal.
It was entirely avoidable.
Right.
You could have just said, hey, we don't know if you need 2 doses, or space the doses out, or 1, or you could have been honest that we don't know if any young, healthy kid has died of COVID. We still don't know.
That pedophiles are in power.
Yes.
They are literally in power. And that is intentional because then they can be controlled while they are in power. And they are also exhibiting signs of a psychopathology that lets them know that they will do harm to the masses and feel nothing because they were themselves, many of them, raped when they were children.
Yep.
It's not a coincidence that Justin Trudeau is gay. Obama, gay. Zelensky, gay. Emmanuel Macron, gay and married to a trans man who molested him when he was a child. And that despite the overwhelming evidence, for me, the litmus test now is like Brigitte Macron. I'm like, if you want to figure out who is a fraud in media, there's no way to read that 6-part series and go through it and come out of it being like, no, totally legit. Like these are just rumors. It's like one picture of yourself in your first 30 years of living, please. And they
show me her brother.
Where's your brother?
Where is
Jean
he?
Michel.
I'll show you my brother.
Yeah.
Where's your brother?
Yeah.
It's actually.
Bill Cosby's sprawling New York townhouse was sold less than a month after being listed for $29 million. With Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky identified as the buyer through an offshore company, Film Heritage Inc. That story and more in today's Page 6 headlines. While the final sale price remains undisclosed, the deal marks the end of a turbulent financial chapter for the disgraced entertainer and his wife, Camille. The purchase coincides with a $100 million corruption scandal engulfing Zelensky's administration, with several of his closest allies accused of involvement in a massive kickback scheme. Earlier this year, the Cosbys were accused in court of defaulting on $17.5 million in loans on the residence. Bill Cosby, who has faced allegations from more than 60 women of sexual assault, rape, and harassment, was likely seeking liquidity. The couple allegedly stopped making mortgage payments in June 2024. The property is just a few doors down from Jeffrey Epstein's former townhouse, which sold for $51 million in 2021. The acquisition by the Ukrainian leader, facing his own severe corruption allegations, now links to different scandals on one of Manhattan's most exclusive blocks. Representatives for President Zelensky have not yet commented on the transaction.